Good evening to fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. With immense pleasure, I welcome you all to our 814th meet of Chennai Toastmasters Club. The mission of every Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in such a way the members are empowered to improve their communication skills and leadership qualities, hence resulting in greater personality growth and self-confidence. Members of the Toastmasters are guided by a set of essential core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Before moving on to the meeting, I would like to brief upon certain rules which is to be followed throughout the meeting. Kindly keep your mobile phones on silent mode. Do not talk about taboo topics such as politics, religion, and sex. Kindly sit in a silent atmosphere so that you can hear the speakers clearly. Kindly be on mute until it's your turn to speak. If you have any message to be shared or conveyed during the meeting, kindly use the chat box below. We strongly advise to have your videos turned on for a convivial meeting experience. Please rename yourself with a prefix saying guest or toastmaster or the role played in the meeting. I have shared the renaming template in the chat box. I hope everyone is all set and ready to get into the meeting. Now it's time to introduce our presiding officer. Our presiding officer for the day is a CA by profession and a diligent Toastmaster. She is keen and passionate about being better than what she was yesterday. As said, she is the ex-VP Education at CTM. Let's welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhirami. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu, for those very warm words of introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I'm a chartered accountant and I work in an investment bank. As a result, most of the people who speak to me for the first time ask me about shares, share market, trades, etc. So it's all around the IB world. And I decided, now let me open my Demat account and do some trading. Let me invest my funds, make it bigger. That is when I had a parallel thought process. The amount of effort that we all spend to invest our money is really big, isn't it? We take care to see where we invest it. But do we take the same amount of effort to invest the time we have? Every day, each one of us get 24 hours credited into our life account at sharp midnight 12. And what do we do with that? Different people have different responsibilities, which takes up some amount of the time, and the rest of the time is what we have in hand. Do we decide at the start of the day what we want to do? I didn't do that, and as a result, my day slipped off most of the time. Now I learned a new thing, which is called the block your time technology, where I write down the most important things and set up some time in my calendar, and that's it. The task gets done. So I'll request you also to try that and tell me whether the technology helped you. On this note, let me open meeting number 814 of Chennai Toastmasters Club. Now, let me also recognize the presence of our founding member, Mentor Pool Chair, Distinguished Toastmaster Nina John. Welcome, ma'am. Also, let me recognize the presence of the C4 Area Director, Venu Nilakandan, Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilakandan. Welcome, sir. So we have a few guests. Could we hear a quick round of introduction? Aldrin, could you say a few words about yourself? You're on mute, Aldrin.
Happens all the time with Zoom. Okay, my name is Aldrin. I'm from Chennai. I live near Kolattur. For me, this is the first meeting. I came across this Toastmaster somewhere online. Then I spoke to Deepak and I was interested to see what exactly happens here. About myself, I have done my MBA in shipping and logistics. And for the last 8 years, I've been working in several shipping companies. Right now, I work with a company called CMA CGM. It's a French shipping company. And I'm responsible for e-commerce for the Dubai regional office. So,
okay.
yeah, that's about me.
Welcome, Aldrin. I also see Sridharan is also a guest. Welcome, Sridharan to CTM. Can you say a few words about yourself?
Hi, this is Sridharan. I have done my undergrad in computer science and postgraduate in building construction management. And I have an interest in cosmic science and leadership as well. I have been researching for 5 years in cosmic science and leadership, and I want to improve my speaking ability, and that's why I'm here.
Great. Good to hear about you, guest Sridharan.
Thanks.
So we also have a few more guests. Welcome, guest Mohan, Ramya. So we would love to hear from you towards the end of the meeting. Stay on. So now it's time to get into the meeting for today. Before that, let me call upon the secretary. Okay, we have Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana to read the secretary's report. Over to you, Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Abhirami. So, on behalf of our Secretary Toastmaster Vignesh, I'm going to present the Secretary report. Just give me a second to share the report. Yeah. So, our meeting number 813 happened last Sunday, that is Jan, and it was started well with our first time Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kartika, who did a tremendous job in hosting the whole meeting. And then followed by that was the two excellent prepared speeches, one from Toastmaster Vignesh and another from Toastmaster Abhilash. And then we had a table topic session from another first timer Toastmaster Pooja, and we should really appreciate their effort and the kind of effort and the kind of delivery they made that particular day, and who were witnessed, they really appreciated both of them. It was a tough fight between both to get the best role player award. And then the important aspect I want to mention, what we learned from the last meeting is the general evaluators suggestions that he requested us to greet the guests before the start of the meeting, and that happened today, and thank you and kudos to you. And the very common reference we used to say is that please refer everyone either as Toastmaster as a guest, and please avoid sir and madam before the particular names. So we had a very short meeting last week. It was just an all 1 hour meeting, and to follow that we had the moment of truth session and business meeting session. So my secretary report ends here. Thank you, and over to you, General Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Now it's time to get into today's meeting, and I'll be handing over to the Toastmaster of the day. Today's Toastmaster of the day is a very, very familiar Toastmaster. She has been, as part of CTM's XCOM earlier, she has done the role of Sergeant at Arms and VP Public Relation. She is one person who taught me to make posters in Canva and helped me get them better. She is currently the president of Downtown Speakers Forum Club and also the area admin manager for C1. So today she is going to talk about the theme Magic in Believing. Over to you, Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Abhirami. Good evening to the Toastmasters and to the wonderful guests out here. Let me cordially welcome you all once again to meeting number 814 of Chennai Toastmasters Club. As a Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Abhirami has mentioned that the theme for today's meeting is Magic of Believing. A quick raise of hands of how many of you all have this new technique of like manifestation of or writing affirmations or like believe in whatever it is. A quick show of hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Thank you for your response. But before moving forward, as requested by a Sergeant at Arms, I request every one of you all to turn on your cameras if possible. Because I feel I'm talking in front of just a laptop screen, if possible. Anyways, thank you once again. So moving on, like beliefs are something that is close to our heart, right? Whenever we ask or say something like we just say, I believe in this, I believe in that. And sometimes it's kind of like, hard or emotional and things like that. And especially beliefs, they become a part of us, like among us, operandi, and it is quite emotional for us to move on, or like things like that. And some of the belief it kind of impact on us, and it may work for good or may not work. And if it doesn't work some way, we kind of rework on it. So it's just all about reworking and then just changing all your beliefs rather than making it a permanent one. For the benefit of all the guests present over here, let me explain to you all of how every Toastmaster meeting works. So basically we have in every Toastmaster meeting is like these three segments. First segment is called as prepared speech session. So the word itself says prepared. So here today we have like 4 eminent speakers for today who have prepared the speeches and they'll be presenting it today. And those speeches will be based on a particular topic and based on an objective. The second session is the table topic session, where a table topic master, they'll give you a topic and you have to talk about the topic for like 1 to 2 minutes. And the third session is going to be the evaluation session, where the evaluations will be given for both the prepared speech session and for the overall meeting as well. So in order to conduct this evaluation session, I'd like to invite our general evaluator for today's meeting, who is Toastmaster Calvert, to say a few words about him. Right from the time when I joined Toastmasters, as Toastmaster Abhirami has mentioned, like it's been like around 2 years, this particular person has been so silent, and whenever we ask him to take a role, I bet he is open to take it up. So put your hands together to welcome a general evaluator, Toastmaster Calvert. Over to you, Toastmaster Calvert.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guest. Today, I'm playing the role of general evaluator. My role required to monitor the end-to-end of today's meeting. I have a 2 set of team which will help me and the speaker to fulfill their roles. My first team we call as a tag team. T stands for time, A stands for accounter, and G stands for grammarian. Today, we have Toastmaster Shruti as a timer, and I would request Toastmaster Shruti just share your project objective.
A very good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and guests today. Today, I play the role of timer. As a timer, I'll be making note of the time taken by each speaker and submit the report towards the end of the meeting. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red cards. For example, if the allotted time is 5 to 7 minutes, at the minimum time of 5 minutes, I will raise a green card. At the intermediate time of 6 minutes, I will raise a yellow card. And at the maximum time of 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. An additional grace of 30 seconds will also be given to the speaker. And after that, the speaker is considered as disqualified. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Shruti. We have Toastmaster Dhanushya as a hot counter today. Toastmaster Dhanushya, I would like you to just share your project objective.
Yeah, warm evening to one and all present here. This is Toastmaster Dhanushya from KIT Toastmasters Club. So, what do you feel when you hear synonyms between the speeches? We feel disconnected to the speeches, right? So please don't worry, I'll be there to help you to reduce your synonyms during the speeches. So as a role, the role of accounter is to note down the lexical and non-lexical words like synonyms and the repetitive words like so, like, because, and to help you to reduce your synonyms for a better speech. I'll be submitting my report when called upon by the General Evaluator. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhanushya. We also have a grammarian. We always call our English teacher for Toastmaster. We have Toastmaster Ashwini is going to play the role of grammarian today. Toastmaster Ashwini, I would like you to just share your project objective.
Thank you, General Evaluator Talbot. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm your grammarian, Toastmaster Ashwini today. So as a grammarian, I have 2 responsibilities. Responsibility number 1, I have to introduce the word of the day. For the benefit of the guest, let me explain this. In each and every Toastmaster meeting, we have this word of the day concept. And I challenge the fellow Toastmasters as well as encourage the new members and guests to make use of the word of the day in their speech or in their conversation as a speaker or as any role player during the entire meeting. So today, the word of the day I'm going to introduce is harbinger. I repeat it, harbinger. It is a noun and the meaning is it's a person or a thing that announces or signals the approach of another. So it is synonymous to the word forerunner. So let me give you a few examples. The crowing of the cock is harbinger of the dawn. Let me give you another example. Whenever I look at the dark clouds through a window, I know they are a harbinger of an approaching storm. And based upon the theme, let me give you another good example. Magic of believing is the harbinger of hope. I encourage, as a grammarian, I encourage all the fellow Toastmasters to use this word of the day, harbinger, as many times as possible during their speech and during their role as any role member. And as a grammarian, I have other responsibilities. That is, I will listen to all your speeches and I will make note of all the good usages of English. I'll make note of any quotes or thoughts. And I will also make note of not so good usages in English. And I'll submit the report when called upon. Thank you and back to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Kalvat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini. It was a very detailed explanation of the roles and responsibility. Much appreciated. And as I said, I have a second set of team, which will be introduced in the later stage. They will be evaluate the speech, speech evaluation. So I will introduce my team in the later part. So I'm just sharing my control to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Kalpat, for introducing a tag team. So moving on to the theme for the day, as it says, the magic of believing. So we all tend to lose faith or like belief in our regular daily life, right? Like we think we want to accomplish something, but then on the due course of time, like we tend to lose the faith or the belief, right? But have you ever noticed that, or let me say, like thousands of people there have risen to great heights of success, but only to stumble and to fall. But then, like at the end of the day, or in hindsight, if we see that whatever hardships that we put, it's just a result of it. So moving on, as per the agenda, as the first segment says, it's a prepared speech session, and today we have like 4 eminent speakers. Calling upon our first speaker, Toastmaster Nanda. So to say a few words about him, he was a past secretary and currently working at Cisco. So to evaluate his speech, I'd like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Abhilash, to share the speech objectives.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. A very warm good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My target speaker, Toastmaster Nanda, is delivering his Level 1 Project 3 research and presentation from his second part, Engaging Humor. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Timer, please note the timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhilash. Toastmaster Nanda, we are all mad. We are all mad. Toastmaster Nanda, over to you.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. We are all mad, isn't it? Mad means making a difference. Each one of you here are mad. So we make a difference in this world through the work we do. But what if we all become a one team and become mad together? We'll be making an even better impact on this world, right? All great technological advances, innovations, great things are achieved only by a group of people who are mad. But the biggest challenge for any leader is to build such a mad team. Even when I started on my leadership path a few years ago, I was thinking how to build a world-class mad team. How to build it? How to build a real bad team, real mad team? This is something which can be built overnight. This is something which can be done as seen in Indian movies, where in a single song, the hero, who is probably rearing a cattle, will become a multi-billionaire with a world-class organization at the end of the song in just 5 minutes. Is it possible? No, right? So it is a small, incremental, step-by-step progress. It's just like rearing your kids, no, bringing up your kids. So all you need to do is be patient and slowly work with the team. Of course, you cannot scold them. If you scold them, they'll go to some other parent. I mean, to some other company. So I was researching on this topic a lot and like reading a lot of materials and seeing a lot of videos how to build a team, which is a world-class team, or basically a mad team. So I come across this beautiful project by Harvard Business Review, where they did important research work on team building and team performance. So what they did is they formed a team of four teams, which each team having 10 people. These teams were given a specific set of tasks and were asked to accomplish them in a specific way. The team A, which was given the task and asked them to do whatever way which deems fit to them. So they probably took 30 days time to finish the task. Team B again got the same task, but in addition, they were given some motivational speeches, shown some motivational videos, and the management probably tried to inspire them with motivational gyan and all. They too did the task in 29 days. Just one day saved because of motivation and inspiration. The team C, the same project with the same amount of motivation, but also with a lot of reward like bonuses, financial perks, all that stuff packaged in. The team C also took 29 days. The team A, the pure team, team B with motivation, team C, motivation plus rewards. It's all the same time, 30, 29, 29. The team D, they gave the same task plus motivation plus reward, but the leadership also gave them a clear roadmap of what you're going to do or what your works will lead to. And this team completed the work in 15 days. So what made a difference here, my dear friends? The only difference is the team where clearly know what is the roadmap, where to go, how their work will make a difference to their organization and also to the world. So the foundation of all great mad teams is built by the leaders who are running it. If they could convey the roadmap and make the team to understand what their work would lead to at the end of the day, how much impact the work could give to the organization, how much impact they could make to the world, they, I'm sure, will do a great job and become a mad team. Now, with this information in hand, I went to my team and decided to do what I learned from this experiment. So I tried a team 4 approach, where I made the team to realize like this is the work you are going to do and this is the time frame and this is your goals and everything. But it didn't work out. It didn't work out the way it was done or said in the way it was like said in the Harvard Business Review article. Why it didn't work out? It was puzzling me because I thought the team 4 approach was the best approach and it should lead to a world-class team. But one thing that was missing in this puzzle is the ecosystem of the team. What is called ecosystem? What is ecosystem in general? The ecosystem are different components or different things which will impact our life. For example, to live the ecosystem, we need to have good air, good water, good sanitation, good house, good salary, good job, good family, etc. Right? That is the ecosystem. So similarly, if you come to a team, what is the ecosystem? The ecosystem is a team with the different things which impact the team, like how they trust each one of them in the team, how they delegate tasks within themselves, how they collaborate within the team and with external team. So this is all interdependent world, right? So we need collaboration across the team, within the team, and also between the leaders and the team. I realized that this ecosystem is not working. The team had little confidence within themselves, and they had very little confidence within across the company as well. So I sat with the team and said to them, like, team, let me know what we are missing. You come up with suggestions. You let me know why this ecosystem, how to build this ecosystem basically. And I was startled by the answers I got from them. Each one of them gave some unique answers, saying that this person is. I had a one-on-one, not as a group team meeting. So I just call for one-on-one with each one of them and say why you think that you're not giving you 100%, why your team is not doing 100%. So they gave some very great insights. Like one said that the seniors doesn't trust the juniors. There's too much of micromanagement. The external team always file faults, all this stuff. And one by one, I slowly decluttered everything and made the ecosystem better. So this was the 3 years work, in fact. So after 3 years, my team, I could say that they are doing a really awesome job from what I started so far. So the building a team is like building a family or building the kids. So you need to work with them patiently, show them the roadmap, show them the goals, show them the end road, and make them realize what is their work going to impact in the organization. And you also need to build an ecosystem which helps them to perform to the optimal level. So I hope my speech is useful and will be helpful to you to build a MAT teams within your family and also in your organization. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nanda, for that insightful speech. Before calling upon the second speaker, I got a note from a grammarian. As the word of the day says, it's harbinger. It's pronounced as harbinger. So I hope it's correct, grammarian Toastmaster Ashwini. You may correct if I'm wrong. I hope it's right. So moving on to a second speaker, Toastmaster Deepak. And now his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. I request this evaluator, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, to share the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Deepak is going to deliver his level 2 project 3, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring in Pathways Presentation Mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring and to share some aspects of a previous experience as a prodigy. I wish Toastmaster Deepak all the best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Can you all turn on your cameras so I can see your lovely faces? Yeah, that's good. Can every one of you raise your hand, right, so I can finish my sentence? Can every one of you raise your hand if you have seen Kung Fu Panda Part 1? Nice. I can see many faces and many hands going up, faces brightening up. Yes, my dear friends, today my essence of the story lies in this Kung Fu Panda. Well, long time ago, there was a panda, very big, has a very big tummy, and it has a very fluffy cheeks, and it was walking around the town like this. But at one time, every day in the morning, he likes to sleep and then eat and then sleep again. That's the 3 things that he likes. There is a 4th thing he also likes. He likes dreaming. He likes to dream. He wants to become the best Kung Fu fighter in the world. But he always dreams about it. Then he sleeps, he eats, and then sleep again. He is like this, like me. I'm so sleepy. And then you bring a food of biryani. Suddenly wakes up. He wants to eat. Takes all the biryani, pops it in his mouth. And he wants to eat. He finish the vessel fully. Even wants to eat the leaf. So that is how the Po lived. Po is a legendary panda. But and one day he wants to make the dream come true. So he walks to a small master. The Kung Fu master is the legendary fighter. And he goes to the master, Master, I need to learn Kung Fu. The master is very small. He learns Kung Fu, how you jump? You can't even see your own toes. Yeah, I can see mine, but the panda couldn't. So then what happened? The Shibu, the master, was totally confused. He don't know what to do. How I teach this guy the art of Kung Fu? Was totally confused, dear friends. The guy is really small, but he is a legendary fighter. Remember, there are obstacles even for a legendary master who teach everything. They struggle in mentoring. What is that? That is where I'm going to revolve around. This entire topic is about mentoring. What he does is, he tries to understand the panda. He's very small, but he tried to give some tips. Oh, you do this, do that. But panda failed in everything. He just rolled around the hill. He just beat himself. Nothing worked. So one day, Shipu finds the strength and motivation of the panda lies in the food. As soon as you throw the food, the panda jumps with enthusiasm and fights everything. I want the food. So everything is earned in your life, friends. There is nothing that comes free of cost. You need to earn it. If you take it free of cost, it will leave you free of cost. So when our food is offered and when the motivation is found by the Shibu, the master, then the entire dynamic changes. The story changes. Panda became the dragon warrior and he won the battle. Yes, dear friend, this is how it goes. To become a very good mentor, you need to understand the capabilities of the mentee and the interests, wants, and needs of the mentee. Understand the mentee so you can mentor. Long ago, during my childhood days, I was studying 10th standard. That is the public exam I was always feared of. I feared for it for almost 3 years because I failed in all my exams. All my Tamil exams, I don't know how to read Tamil effectively without any mistakes. So I always failed. But I see the teacher, Tamil teacher is so brilliant. He did a lot of the poems he has wrote. So what I did, I asked the teacher to teach me, but he couldn't do it. So he told, instead what he did, he walked to my dad and he placed a bet that he will not pass. My dad, knowing my capabilities, but knowing my understanding me perfectly, he know I couldn't read a sentence at a stretch. He gave me bulleted points. He started teaching me, training me. And then I passed in first class. Yes, that day, dad became my mentor, first mentor. At some point of time, I went to Toastmasters Club. And here, there comes our Abhilash. He was my mentor. And then, after Abhilash became my mentor, soon I got an opportunity. Is it because of Abhilash or is it because of me? I don't know. But I got an opportunity. That opportunity is I had to present a speech for 100+ audience. Speech for 100 audience. I could barely talk for 5 minutes. So I was nervous, so much nervous. Then I asked Abhilash what I should do. So, but he never gave up. He believed in me. So the third thing you need to understand is, first, you need to know wants and needs of the mentee. Then you need to understand the mentee. And the third thing is believing in the mentee. So that is what Abhilash did. He believed in me and he told, hey, you can do it. This and all, nothing, man. You can do it. So come, present it to me. So that's how he does it. Even yesterday he asked to present, but I presented without a video call. So that is how the mentor believes in the mentee, shows all the bright side of the speech. So that's how I overcome the fear, and I believed in me. And then I presented the speech. The entire audience stood, clapped the hands. You have to come back when it's offline meetings. Then again, the fear came in, offline meetings. Okay. So now this is online meetings. I can speak to you all without seeing all your faces. But now offline meetings, I have to see all the nice faces, not the terrible one. They might throw some tomatoes or eggs. What to do? Then still now the mentor is believing in me, and as a mentee, I believe in myself. So that is what I tell you, dear friends. Mentoring improves your listening skills, increase your problem solving. You learn the art of calm and composed. So happy mentoring, guys. Over to you, Toastmaster of this.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak, for that humorous way of, like you're introducing the Fu Panda part 1, where Po the panda becomes a dragon warrior, gets mentored by Shifu. But I think you missed Shifu's mentor is that old turtle. Forgive me because I forgot its name, but I hope everyone enjoyed his speech. So moving on to the third speaker, we have Toastmaster Abhirami. I guess no need for introduction. He's the president of a club, CA by profession. So to evaluate her speech, we have Toastmaster Geeta. So I request Toastmaster Geeta to share the speech objectives.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Good evening, one and all present here. Toastmaster Abhirami is giving her high performance leadership. The project is high performance leadership, and she's giving her first speech under that project, level 5. So the purpose of the speech is for the member to apply his or her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project, to plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. Since she is giving her first speech, this speech requires the member to introduce his or her plan and vision. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Geeta. Toastmaster Abhirami. Get, set, fly. Get, set, fly. Toastmaster Abhirami.
Oh, project management courses. Okay, Toastmaster Rekha is offering project management courses. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I am a first-time manager at work, and I am very keen to improve my managerial skills. For this, I do a lot of things. I read articles relating to managerial stuff. I take online courses to see where I stand. And lastly, being a Toastmaster, most importantly, I take every opportunity that Toastmasters offers me to build my skill. Now, a couple of months ago, in level 2, I had to deliver a speech relating to knowing your leadership style. That's when I realized for the very first time that being a manager and being a leader are two different things. A manager is someone who manages the show. He's the one who plans, who organizes, and he ultimately aims to deliver what the plan is. While leader is more of a people person. The leader has a vision. This vision will have an impact on a lot of people or even on a community. To achieve this vision, he has a set of people whom he empowers, and he gives them the opportunity to rise and grow together. Understanding the difference between being a good manager and being a good leader made me realize that I now have two goals and not just one. I need to be a good manager and also a good leader. Now, for me, just like Aladdin had his lamp, I have got Toastmasters. Whenever I look to build a skill, I always look up to Toastmasters. So I held the Toastmaster lamp in my hand and said, Toastmasters, please help me develop both the managerial and leadership skills. And tada, came HPL. HPL stands for High Performance Leadership. Now, this is a project as part of my level 5, which will enable me to develop both the skills that I'm looking for. Now, let me quickly take you through my HPL plan. Let me share my screen for that. Yes, so the story begins right here. So there is a corporate company called Client Network Service India who approached Chennai Toastmasters Club to help their employees become better communicators. Now, as a club, Chennai Toastmasters offers a speechcraft program. This is a program that TMI generally lets a Toastmaster offer to corporates. So this is more or less a 9 weeks program, and this is a condensed version of the Toastmasters program, where we will be creating an environment, Toastmasters safe environment, where the participants of this event, who are called speech crafters, they get the opportunity to speak, just like we Toastmasters get the opportunity every Sunday. They get the opportunity to speak and become better communicators by end of the speech craft session. So this will start with a demo meet, where the club members present a demo meet, a full meet, where the Toastmasters do the roles. And eventually to the last meet, which is in the 9th week, we will ensure that the employees of the organization are trained to perform just like the Toastmasters. So for this, for me, I have set up a vision for this particular project. The vision for this project will be, I'm sorry, I'm getting the screens confused. Okay, yeah. The vision for this project will be to give an opportunity to the participants of this program to become a confident and effective communicator. So basically, we all, when we come here to Toastmasters, we build 2 skills. We build our communication skills and leadership skills, and that is what ultimately makes us confident. So that is the vision of the overall program. Now, when we look at the mission statement of this particular project, what we intend to do to make them confident is we conduct this program for 17 employees over the 9 weeks. So we'll be meeting every week for almost 2 hours and giving them the Toastmasters environment. To break down the goals of this particular project. So the goals in detail would be, now I already told you that the first meet is a demo meet where we show them how to do things, and we take them to a point where they will be able to independently manage the Toastmaster roles. So during the process, these participants or speech crafters will be given the chance to deliver 3 speeches. One will be the icebreaker speech, the second will be organizing the speech, and third, get to the point. So this, if you see, is similar to the old level 1 in the pathway. So they will get the benefit of delivering finishing one level in the process. Also, they will learn to do all other roles, just like your timer, accountant, grammarian, Toastmaster of the day, TT master, and all the other roles. Only the evaluator piece, we will try to evaluate them so that they will have a better experience and development in the 9 weeks program. Now, to help me achieve my vision, mission, and also achieve the goals, we will be working as a team. So always one-man effort is not adequate to deliver a project, right? So there is an executive committee for delivering this particular speechcraft project. So I'll be the chief coordinator. And for the speechcraft coordinators, we have 3 Toastmasters, who will be Toastmaster Geeta, Toastmaster Vignesh, and Toastmaster Ratish. Now, the speechcraft coordinators will be functioning more or less like the Toastmasters XCOM team. So they will be helping in the 9 weeks to set up the Zoom, set up the overall logistics to deliver the program, finalizing the agenda. So it will be a complete XCOM setup. Then we will have the mentors who will be mentoring these speech crafters. Just like the way we have mentors who review our speech script, similarly, we'll have mentors assigned to these people who will help them review the scripts. So the mentors, that's with the mentors. And lastly, we will have the role players and evaluators who will also be there in the meeting. These will be mostly members of our club who will be helping them learn the roles. So this is about the executive committee. So next we will see about the guidance committee. So every project will need a brain. So we will need a set of people who will be a sounding board and give guidance. So this team of people will be my guidance committee. It will be Distinguished Toastmaster Venu, Toastmaster Lakshmi, and Toastmaster Abhilash. So they will be my sounding board for all the plans that I make for this event. So finally, when we look at what is in it for us, so CNSI's employees get trained, and what is in it for CTM, it is more of a win-win situation where definitely a Speechcraft program is a charge program. And overall, from the CTM perspective, we have the outreach to more people. And also our members will have the opportunity to win credits relating to the Speechcraft coordination. So lastly, to finish, I would request all the members to join in for the Speechcraft meeting and make this a successful one. So we are running this on every Saturday from 10 to 12. So we had the demo meeting yesterday, and some of our members already participated and made it a grand success. Looking forward for all the members to support the event. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhirami, for the insightful version of about the HPL, because till last evening I was quite confused I know what is HPL, but then in depth you gave us a clear cut. And all the best for this 9 week session. Moving on to our final speaker for today, we have Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan. And to evaluate his speech, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan to share the speech objectives.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan is presenting his speech from the motivational strategy. The speech is on the project 1 on team building. There are 2 objectives for his project. One is for Toastmaster Venu to practice the skills needed to build a cohesive team and host an event. The second being for him to introduce the team building event he plans to host. And for this, Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan is given 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan. Singara Chennai versus Seermigu Singapore. Singara Chennai versus Seermigu Singapore. Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, one and all, and special good evening to the guests. During pandemic, many of us are having this trouble. Many troubles and to meet, getting bored in attending online meeting, right? But personally, I find it a blessing in disguise because I utilize this opportunity to attend many clubs meeting across the globe, particularly the Tamil clubs, my mother tongues. So accordingly, I attended many clubs meeting in Gulf countries and Singapore and Malaysia, all the Tamil clubs meeting. And I found it why these clubs are conducting meeting, but something is missing, the quality. Even though a couple of good speakers and many senior Toastmasters are there, still they are lacking the sound knowledge of the language, the Tamil language. So I decided to club all the clubs together to give the best. Accordingly, an idea was born, that's to conduct a meeting which consists of all the clubs, Tamil clubs, and have a wonderful event. So that event is a debate session by all the clubs across the globe, the Tamil clubs. First, I started this idea as a very low manner, but later when I informed that some clubs in Singapore, they just wanted not the ordinary event, they wanted it in a very grand manner. So one non-Toastmaster organization called BDSK, they came forward and they are ready to support it in a professional way so that we can make it in a very grand manner. Like this program is going to be telecasted on a TV also. So it is expected that more than 1,000 people are going to witness this program. So now I have this very difficult task to bring this program, to make this program grand success. For that, I need a team. So this team is around 15 members, particularly the BDSK organization. They are ready to support the technical support. So from there, they are giving around 5 members for this technical support. So apart from the 6 speakers across the globe and one chief guest who is a very famous orator in Tamil, so we altogether around 15 members in my team. So managing 15 members across the globe is not an easy task, particularly due to the time zone. So one is from 5 hours ahead of us, one is 2.5 hours after us. So this is so making them meet at a particular point is not easy. Still, we had one meeting last week, and next week also we are planning to have one dry run so that we can have this meeting very successful. And this program is going to be telecasted, as I said, and it's going to be conducted on 19th. That means next Saturday, 3:30 to 6 o'clock for Indian time and 6 o'clock for Singapore time. So I utilize this opportunity to invite one and all, every one of you to attend this program and make it very grand success. And I'm damn sure that it is going to be one of the biggest event because all the Tamil clubs coming together, and it's going to be one of the best event for Tamil, those who are interested in Tamil. So I request you again, and I invite you all, please come and watch this program. It's going to be the best one in your life. Thank you for this opportunity. Back to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Praveen Kumar. Wishing you all the very best for the program, the debate moderator session. So with this, we have come to the first session, which is the prepared speech session. Moving on to the next session, which I mentioned earlier, is the table topic session. And in order to conduct the session, let me invite distinguished Toastmaster Neena John to carry forth the session. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Neena John.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster, and I'm sure all the guests are wondering what the table topics is all about. I'm sure all of you have gone through this experience in school of preparing 80% of your syllabus, knowing that, oh, we don't have to worry, they just last 20%. And the exam will show you exactly how much has been spent on the 20% by the question setter. So you happily wing it through all your exams, and that's how you've been going on all your life. Even if you're working, if you're an accountant and have been preparing a balance sheet all the time, the harbinger of bad luck is when your boss asks you for that one accounting item that you did not think was very important. So now what do? Table topics is the secret weapon that Toastmasters offers you. When somebody asks you a question, start talking. If you can't convince people, confuse them. So we're going forward with our topics today, and we're looking at a variety of topics. So who wants to volunteer first? I would request those who don't have roles, who don't have anything. I promise you they're very easy. And they should be fun also. I think Vishnu had volunteered. Yes. So Vishnu, can you see I have 3 coins here? 1, 2, 3. Which one do you want to pick?
The first one on your right.
This one or this one?
The second one that you spent.
Okay, this one.
Yes.
I hope you can see my thing doesn't show me anything. All right. Nothing to worry about. It's a 1 rupee coin with it was minted in the year 2017. So your table topic is, what were you doing in the year 2017?
Thank you, Madam DTM Neena John. And good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. 2017 is a very memorable year for me, especially because 2017 is the year when I got graduated and when I joined my first company. And that is when I did my first internship. So as a whole, It was the best year, I would say, because I got to know new friends through internship, and those friends are the ones who are still sticking with me all these years. So 2017 is one of the most memorable year in my life, because the internship is one, and after that it was the company. I mean, it was like a dream come true. Because I wanted to join a company which will actually resonate my interest and my future goals. So the first company which I joined was very much resonating my goals and interest. So I was very much happy to join that company, and I'm very much happy that it has driven my future and decisions so far.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Vishnu. Timer, I think we're not able to see the timing card. Sorry for cutting you a little short, but
I was waiting for the green card.
Timer, ma'am, can I just see the card's timing device, please?
Hi, ma'am. I'm using stopwatch. So
okay.
I started 2 seconds late, so
that's okay.
I'm
That's
just
okay.
counting.
Did we finish 1 minute?
Yes.
All right. So how are you going to signal the 1 minute for the others?
I'll refresh it and again tap.
So you need to show the
How do you
green card.
signal it? How does the speaker know the time?
I'll show the green card.
Yeah, okay. So you'll be showing the green card from now on?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Madam Muthu, you have something to say? You're on mute.
No, I want to do the second one. Whatever you said, then a second topic.
Okay, now. So you want another coin or you want something else?
I want that left side card. Point.
All right. This is a coin of the year. Are you into numerology?
No.
No? Okay. The year is 2019.
Okay.
When you add up 9 plus 1 plus 2.
10.
10. Tell me something about the number 10, 10 things you like, or anything that you want to do with the number 10.
Okay. 10 is very, very special to us because my daughter born that day, July 10. When we are in that time, my husband and me separated, but because I am in Chennai that time, she is delivered in Chennai Ramachandra Hospital, and my first son had some problem. He's a special boy. That's why we settled in Chennai that time. We gave my son to training, speech therapy, physiotherapy, everything that time. And one more thing, my husband didn't came that time also. When I am pregnant and delivered that time, he didn't came. The next day only he came. When daughter born, next day only he came. And the 10th day, first early morning, I started pain, labor pain. Ammo, I can't, horrible, very horrible. That time my brother also with us. He started to going that hospital, his work. I told I am little paining and I can't move also. Please come with me. Then we both went to the hospital. That day is very, very horrible day. And when my daughter born, it's so happy. And what I said, it's like us Deepavali, because my son had a problem now. When my daughter came, we are really very, very happy to see that news. And that first I see my daughter face and I'm asking the doctor, whatever this child is okay, any problem? And asking the doctor told, no problem. Is it okay? Why you are worried about more? Then I told my son had a problem. That's why I'm really very much excited. And what I told, I don't know how to say the word. That much I am really horrible, and that day is very good and horrible also. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Welcome. No, thank you so much, ma'am. Okay. Now I have a fight, so I need 2 people. Right? So 2 of you are going to argue. Well, not exactly argue, but you're going to be public relations officers for somebody. So who's going to be a public relations officer? You're going to fight on behalf of somebody. Quickly, very simple. Abhilash has raised his hand. Okay, anyone else? Anyone who hasn't, any of our people who haven't speak, Abhilash? Okay, Sridharan is our guest, right? Now, Sridharan, the brinjal, can you see it?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. The brinjal says, I am born with a crown on my head.
Okay.
So I must be the king of the vegetables.
Yeah.
Tell me if you agree or disagree with this and make the brinjal king of vegetables.
Yes. Yes. With my knowledge, I have all the people who are born short are the most powerful people in the world. Mostly the most powerful people in the world are very short. The average height of them is 5.5 to 5.7. This is the stats I got from the net. You can compare brinjal with the people's height. In Tamil, they say Kutta Katrika, they say something like that. Even I am 5'7" only. And I have my interest in leadership. I have my interest in cosmic science and everything. So I am saying that brinjal is the king of vegetables.
You're saying yes, they are the king of the vegetables.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Over now to Abhilash. Abhilash says, no, cauliflowers should be the king of the vegetables. Tell me why.
Thank you so much, Madam Distinguished Toastmaster Nina John. I mean, I'm going to ask you, is it even a competition really, cauliflower versus brinjal? Come on here. How many of you here will prefer cauliflower over brinjal any day? I can see quite a few hands. See, that is the thing, right? Yeah, so many people. I mean, if you ask me, cauliflower, when you take that and cook it, right from this delicious smell to the delicious taste of cauliflower. Oh man, there are so many varieties. You go to a hotel, gobi 65, gobi Manchurian, gobi dry, cauliflower masala, aloo gobi masala, so many varieties. And for brinjal, it'll be just one, baingan masala. That is all you can see in a hotel. So I think, all of us know better which is the king of the vegetables, right? There is not even a little competition here. It is something like 99% to 1%. Cauliflower, come on here, such beautiful, the flowers inside, so beautiful to eat, taste. I can sit here and I can tell you, I can almost feel the taste of the cauliflower in my mouth, but I cannot say the same for brinjal. No one can say the same for brinjal. So it is, as I mentioned, it is not even a competition here. Come on here, cauliflower. The look itself is so appealing. I don't know what forced my friend to, defend brinjal. It was probably circumstantial. But if given a question right now, whether cauliflower or brinjal, I'm sure even he will support only cauliflower. Back to you, Madam Distinguished Toastmaster Nina John.
Okay, Moses, are you ready? Guest Moses. Under guests, under the names Jagdish, and I think I have guest Moses, right? Chellam.
Yeah, could you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, all right. Your choice. You want to speak on a proverb, or do you want to speak on a vegetable?
Yeah, proverb would be fine.
All right. Birds of a feather flock together, or like poles repel. Which one do you agree with?
Yeah. Once again, I couldn't hear it clearly. Just, let me read.
There are two proverbs. One says, birds of a feather flock together. And the other one says, like poles repel.
Yeah. Now I could hear you. Yeah. Okay.
Which one do you agree with?
Maybe like poles repel.
why? Tell me why.
Okay. I want to go switch to the first one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
No problem.
Okay. So the thing is, so it's always sitting right. So I like to, I like to give a speech. So I'm right here in Toastmasters. So like what brought us together is we want to become a great leader. So Toastmasters is a great example for it. No one could deny it, right? We are in it because we want to be a great leader. We want to be a great communicator. So that's why we are here. So that would be it.
Okay, good. All right, who's next? Rishi, would you like to try one?
Yeah, ma'am, but my internet connection is a little bit unstable, but I'll go.
Whatever we can hear of. All right. So I have one more coin. My last coin is 2008.
2008.
Right. So what will be like? What I'm going to take only the numeral 2. Where do you see yourself 2 years from now? What will you be doing 2 years from now?
Okay.
What are you doing the next 2 years? Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Can I speak now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So where I see myself 2 years from now, that's the question I need to speak and answer.
Yes.
So I'll say I follow my passions. In my life till now, I have not followed my passions up to like I always wanted to. But now I'm starting to follow my passions. So some of my passions includes yoga, and even though I have done my TTC in 2014, I was not able to take classes or do my practice as well because I was working in IT, so it was not I was not able to follow my passion for yoga. So uh, so now so from now I have started following my passions like yoga and public speaking and things like that. So 2 years from now I will be able to go forward in that field and see I will be able to go very much forward in yoga and public speaking. So yeah, I'm thinking of starting a yoga center, or maybe I'll start a yoga center here in Chennai, like that. And I'm going, maybe I'll level up in Toastmasters. So level up level up on Toastmasters. So that's what I see 2 years from now.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
One last topic, I think. Who wants to try? Or maybe we have time for a couple more topics. Who wants to try one more vegetable topic? Anyone ready to try for a fight for a vegetable?
I think our R counter, Dhanushya, raised her hand, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, no, Dhanushya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Now, all these guys fighting about cauliflowers and brinjals, you're going to fight for the carrot, the simple, steady, sleek figured carrot to be the queen of the vegetable kingdom. So tell me why.
Carrot in orange color. Wow, what a color it is. See, on looking at the color, you could feel very pleasant. And I'm sure as a biotechnology student, I know the effects of character. Have you heard of golden rice? It was brought up with the help of carrot. The carrot has been genetically modified to such a way that it can cure deficiency in people. what a medicine value it have. Even in this modern world, we could use it. Can you eat brinjal, cabbage, or any other vegetables raw? But you can eat a carrot daily with very raw. You can without being cooked. Uh, I will also believe in that if you eat a carrot a day, there will not be a use of you using this specs. If you eat a carrot daily morning, one carrot a morning. So I know many of us are wearing specs here, including me. So I preferably say the if you cannot see the world, and how can you express your feeling, and how can you see this beautiful world? So only if your eyesight are good, you can do it. So I feel carrot is the king of vegetables.
Queen.
The queen of vegetables.
All right, thank you, Darshya. Awesome job. And with that, I think that brings me to the end of today's table topics. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster. Madam
Thank you
Toastmaster.
so much, distinguished Toastmaster Neena John, for that insightful yet an exciting, a mix of, I bet we had a mini debate session in the TD session itself, I should say. Thank you so much. So moving on to the third session, which is the evaluation session. And in order to conduct this, I'd like to call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Calvert, to carry forth the session once again.
Thank you, PMOD of the day, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Once again, good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. As I said, I have my second set of team, the third speech evaluator. It is very important that we need to evaluate all the activity, what we do in various means and various stages. Today, to evaluate speaker number 1, Toastmaster Nanda, we have Toastmaster Abhilash. I request Toastmaster Abhilash, share your detailed evaluation report.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. Once again, a very warm good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a very warm good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Nanda. Mad, make a difference, team was what you had. And yet today, your speech was, I'm sure, mad to many of us here. It made a difference. Toastmaster Nanda, kudos on a commendable topic in your research and presentation project. Let me now start off with telling you what are the things that I loved about your speech. The first thing that I want to commend you on is how we have gone beyond the project objectives. Your objective today was to research and present, but today you have not just researched, you have experimented on this particular topic with your own team, and then you presented the results of that experiment as well. That was indeed a beautiful way to finish your research and presentation project, and commendations on that. The second thing that I loved about your speech was the introduction and the suspense that you had, how you told about this research method where motivation helps or where monetary rewards help, or what all happened. When you said motivation ensured that only one day was knocked off from 30, they managed to finish it in just 29. And then when you said Team C had monetary rewards, I was among many, I'm sure, who expected that monetary rewards will have a greater impact. And yet when you again said 29, I was suspenseful, thinking what is going to come next. And then when you put in Team D with that beautiful thing, how it made a difference, and how they completed it in 15 days. That was a beautiful thing that you had in your speech, a good introduction and suspenseful. The third thing that I would like to commend you on is you had some subtle occasional humor scattered throughout your speech. When you compared your team to the children in a family and all those, but there I have a possible cause for improvement as well. Since you are attempting this particular speech from your engaging humor pathway, perhaps a little more humor added to this particular speech would have made it better. Now I will move on to where I felt you could definitely improve and make a difference speech even more differential. So now the first thing that I would like to say is that I observed your hand gestures. They were kind of closed like this throughout. When you go out, when you're a public speaker, you have to go out and expand. You have to have open hand gestures. That is when, audience will feel a connection. For almost your entire speech, there were literally no hand gestures. And for such a beautiful topic, I felt your hand gestures could have played an important part. And the second thing where I would really like to, okay, a little more improvement is on your vocal variety. It was such a beautiful speech. You experimented things, you compared people, so many instances were there, but your vocal variety, I felt your voice was constant throughout. Let me give you one example. You know, that one particular thing where you said, in my case, in my team, even though I tried this, it did not work out. Why? Because the ecosystem was different. That was what I learned. Those were the areas where you would have used a little more vocal variety to present your case in a better way, is what I felt. So to conclude, Toastmaster Nanda, your objectives were achieved beautifully. You went, in fact, beyond your objectives. I loved your introduction and the suspense that you had. A little more humor could have helped, and vocal variety and hand gestures could have definitely made the speech a much, much better one. And one point of advice, I felt that your face was in the darkness for most of the time, you know, especially when we are in the Zoom meeting. That is the only thing where we can see your face and your facial expressions. I couldn't observe them because your face was in darkness. Please ensure that your camera is positioned a bit more properly. That is all. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash, for the wonderful evaluation report. For speaker number 2, Toastmaster Deepak, we have Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana as an evaluator. I request Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana to share your detailed evaluation report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Kalwat. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and a very special mention to my target speaker, Toastmaster Deepak, for an entertaining speech. You began your speech with a lot of energy and smile, and this energy is very contagious, and you spread that energy to everyone, because I could see that smile in the face of the audience who had turned out the camera. And you had an excellent body language and stage presence. And I know, though it's a virtual stage, you had an actual excellent stage presence. Because I enjoyed this, the reference of the Kung Fu Panda, because the way you narrated with the expressions and how you related Shifu and Panda's a mentor-mentee relationship, and then you gradually corrected with your personal and Toastmasters mentoring instead. Because the purpose of this speech is to define how this Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and you had your experience as a prodigy, and you did that perfectly, and you met your objective. So you explained your experience as a prodigy, one with your father and one with your Toastmasters mentor, and there were a lot of reference with the Kung Fu Pandas. And the key takeaway I saw from your speech is you explained how mentor-mentee relationship should be from your perspective. Having said all good about your speech, I have few observations and I can say few recommendations on your speech. You had a lot of enthusiasm in delivering a speech, and as I mentioned, you were too energetic that you didn't wait for the team OD to invite you or a speech. And what I admire a lot is your expression and body language. And many instances, your hand gestures were away from camera, because I can, from your expression, I could sense your hand gesture, but I couldn't see it completely. I'm sure if it would have been a physical meeting, we can when you deliver a speech in a physical meeting, we can definitely watch through your full body language. But when it comes to online meeting, please ensure that you position yourself accordingly. If you want to express something, you have to come closer to the mic with your face, and if you want to express your whole, show your whole body, please move a little behind from your camera, and so that you and your whole hand movements are visible to the audience. And also please focus your camera straight to your face. It was a little tilted, I suppose, because you are turning sideways and explaining, speaking for this topic. And overall, your speech and delivery was entertaining, and you met the objective. I thoroughly enjoyed your speech. And if you work on this kind of small body language aspects and the camera aspects, I'm sure you will do a better speech in the future. And when it comes to real meeting, I'm sure we will be just giving you claps and will not throw any eggs on you. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, for the detailed report. For speaker number 3, Toastmaster Abhirami, we have Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf as an evaluator. I request Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf to share your detailed evaluation report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Talvat. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and a special good evening to Toastmaster Abhirami. Toastmaster Abhirami, I should say it was a wonderful speech, the best speech I would have ever heard in this entire week. So it was that good. You had beautiful expressions that kept us glued to your speech. And moreover, yes, you really, generally what happens is when it comes to hyper performance leadership speeches, we tend to have a feeling that the speeches are going to be a little boring. But no, you really kept us engaged, and your script was also really interesting. And we loved every minute of it, especially the way you started your speech by introducing to us what exactly is project management. And then you went on to tell us that what is your requirement and what this HPL wants from you by telling us that it is important to be a good leader as well as to be a good manager. And you also clearly told us what it requires to be a good leader and a good manager. So that was really a beautiful introduction to your speech. And then talking about your speech objectives, Toastmaster Abhirami, kudos to you on that part as well. So your project objectives required you to share with us the detailed plan, and you had come up with a beautiful plan as to what you're supposed to do and how you're going to implement it. You were also asked to talk to us about your guidance committee, and you gave 100% to it by telling us who exactly are going to be your sounding board and help you take you through this project. You also shared the names of the coordinators and your team with whose support you will be carrying forward this project. So kudos on that part as well. And talking about your speech was really very well organized. A beautiful structured speech, and the presentation was also really beautiful, which we were able to engage in, helped us engage in your speech, because everything that you were saying, we could relate to it in the presentation, and it was beautifully done. So overall, it was a beautiful speech, well aligned with the objectives, beautiful gestures that kept us engaging. Yes, if there is one recommendation that I would love to give, it's just that I noticed in the slide that you had put in this, talking about the mentors, you had said that you're still in the talking process and you're yet to come out with the mentors. Probably you could have shared with us the names of the mentors that you have in your mind, or at least whom all you have approached and you're waiting for confirmation. Apart from that, it was a beautiful speech, well aligned with the objectives, a beautiful plan, structured plan, and all of that. So I wish you all the good luck for this project. Over to you, Toastmaster Talvat.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf, for the detailed evaluation. For speaker number 4, DTM Venu Neelakandan, we have Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan as an evaluator. I request Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan to share your detailed evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator. 5,75,000 lives lost due to the pandemic. And here we are hearing our distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan telling us that the pandemic is a blessing in disguise. Absolutely, I think you are a harbinger of opportunity in any adversity. Beautifully crafted speech where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I really admire you for that wonderful message that you have given us, that there is an opportunity everywhere that we look into. Having said that, I also admire the way that you took time and effort and your management and motivational skills to bring across close to 15 Tamil-speaking clubs across the globe and put them together and organize an event. To bring 15 people, known people together is a Herculean task. And you have done that, which shows the amount of team building skill that you have gained from the path that you have taken, and also how you can organize it if you have the will and the way. Very well done to a distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan. And I also appreciate your efforts in organizing an event that's going to be live telecast in a couple of weeks. Overall, all the speech objectives, which was literally 2, has been achieved. and it also proves your ability as a good motivational speaker and a strategist. What I really found missing when you were speaking to us was couldn't really see you. I mean, look into your eyes. I felt that you were not looking straight into the camera, especially when you are conveying such a wonderful message, which really had an impact in me. And I'm sure most of us would agree and also take this message to our heart. So if you could practice a little bit of looking into the camera and more of a dramatizing your speech, I think that would have even more power and more credibility. So in a nutshell, my entire evaluation, I would say, you have found an opportunity in a calamity. You're a harbinger of peace and also opportunity to all of us. And if you can have eye contact when you speak to us, I think you have made an indelible mark in everybody's mind and heart. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan. I'm looking forward to be a part of the meeting that you've organized for all of us in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much. And over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srikanth Krishnan. Thank you all the speech evaluator for your valuable feedback. Now it's a time for our tag report. So I would like to call upon timer Toastmaster Shruti to just give you a detailed report. So before you share your detailed report, I request you to just tell this table topic speakers who are all qualified.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So this is the report for today's, and Toastmaster Vishnu has spoken for 2 minutes, 3 seconds, and Toastmaster Abhirami has spoken for 5 minutes, and Toastmaster Aishwarya has spoken for 2 minutes, 51 seconds. Toastmaster Kalavant has spoken for 2 minutes, and as me, I spoke for 45 seconds. Toastmaster Dhanushya has spoken for 1 minute, 3 seconds. Toastmaster Ashwini has spoken overall for 1 minute, 45 seconds, and prepared speeches, Toastmaster Nanda has spoken for 7 minutes, 13 seconds. Toastmaster Deepak Thompson has spoken for 8 minutes, 22 seconds. Toastmaster Abhirami has spoken for 8 minutes. Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan has spoken for 3 minutes, 54 seconds. And table topic sessions, for introduction, Toastmaster Neena John ma'am has spoken for 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and Toastmaster Vishnu has spoken for 1 minute, 3 seconds. Toastmaster Muthu has spoken for 1 minute, 50 seconds. Guest Sridharan has spoken for 57 seconds. Toastmaster Abhilash has spoken for 1 minute, 39 seconds. Guest Jagdish has spoken for 35 seconds. Toastmaster Rishi has spoken for 1 minute, 39 seconds. Toastmaster Dhanushya has spoken for 1 minute, 13 seconds. And when it comes to evaluation, Toastmaster Abhilash has spoken for 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Toastmaster Lakshmi has spoken for 3 minutes, 16 seconds. Toastmaster Geeta ma'am has spoken for 2 minutes, 52 seconds. Toastmaster Srikanth has spoken for 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster
Over
Shruti.
to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti, for your detailed report, and it is very black and white. Thank you. And I would like to call upon Toastmaster Dhanushya for a counter report.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Here I give my report. So first of all, kudos for the persons who did not use any filler words in their speech. That is Toastmaster Nanda, Toastmaster Deepak, Toastmaster Geeta, Toastmaster Shrikant, sorry. So kudos for you for
Toastmaster Dhanushya. Is anyone able to hear Toastmaster Dhanushya? I couldn't hear her.
We lost.
No, I think we've lost her.
We lost connection with the.
and the repetitive word was I was. Toastmaster Abhilesh used 1 ums. Guest Sridharan and used 2+ ums. And guest Muthu used 2+ Rs. Toastmaster Rishi used 2+ ums and 3+ Rs. And his repetitive word was so. Again, Toastmaster Abhilash in evaluation had no filler words. Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayan used 2 Rs and 3 ums. And that's it from my report. Over to you, Jindal. Let me give you a tip for not using any filler words in your speech. So if you feel like you're forgetting your speech, or if you feel like you're stuck, just give a small pause, not long one, so that your speech will be flawless. Over to you, Jindal Evaluator.
Thank you, Dhanushya, for your report and as well as your valuable feedback or input in terms of giving a pass. Kudos to that. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ashwini as a grammarian to give your detailed report.
First of all, I congratulate distinguished Toastmaster Neena John and Toastmaster Shrikant Kutikrishnan for using the word of the day, harbinger. And regarding the good usages of English, I found very unique words that has been used by fellow Toastmasters. I like the phrase that was used by Toastmaster Aishwarya, insightful, ed, and exciting meeting. And few good usages by speakers were declutter, collaborate for excellence by Toastmaster Nanda. And I like the phrase that was used by Toastmaster Deepak, understand the mentee so that you can mentor. I like the words sounding board and logistics used by Toastmaster Abhirami. And Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan had used blessing in disguise. Toastmaster Rishi had used the word level up. Subtle and scattered and prodigy as good usages of words used by Toastmaster Abhilash and Lakshmi Narayana. And Toastmaster Geeta had used the word well aligned, and Shrikant Kutikrishnan Toastmaster had used Herculean task, dramatizing the speech and indelible mark. And coming on to inappropriate usages, instead of saying bulleted points, we can say bullet points, and we can use the word applaud rather than saying clapping hands or clapped hands. And I noticed the word accordingly used more than twice. Maybe we can rephrase it as for this reason or because of this reason. And I noticed some verb tense errors by the table topic speakers. Maybe for the next speeches, if they can rectify the errors, it will be great. So far, it was a very good meeting with good usages of English. And thank you, Gender Evaluator, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Ashwini, for the detailed report and as well as your valuable input. It's a time to submit my general evaluator report. The meeting started on time. All the role players are explained and well did their roles. As usual, agenda were shared well in advance without any last minute changes or dropout. It was a very creative and innovative way of table topic. Actually, I mean, you all know that when we call upon the table topics, most of our side like butterflies will fly in our stomach. But today I felt that audience were very comfortable to speak on the topic because of the title or the topic which we have given. So that is actually well recommended. And I'm thinking that we can also close our meeting on time. So over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Calvin, for conducting this evaluation session. So let me just quickly conclude. As a General Evaluator rightly said, we can end on time. So the act of believing is nothing but it's like a starting force to generate the power that leads to accomplishment. So whatever it is, like just write down the due-to list until and unless if you start, you can finish or accomplish whatever your goal or your achievement is. So keeping that in mind, let me hand over the control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhirami, to launch the polls and to get the guest feedback and other such things. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Okay, so meanwhile, let's get the polls launched at the back end while we'll continue to hear from the guests. Overall, it has been a really great meeting today. And I think things were in place and there was a good flow in the meeting. So now let's start with the guest feedback and then we can move on to the recognition pieces. So probably I'll first request our counter guest, I'm sorry, I'm not able to see the name. Okay, Dhanushya, Toastmaster Dhanushya. Could you please share your experience with Chennai Toastmasters Club?
Today I had different sort of experience, like where you presented screen and all, and I have lots of takeaways from here. Even I was like opening a notepad side of my computer and noting down what are the things I should follow and what are the things I can improve. So it is great, had been a great experience and I was enjoying the session totally. Thank you for inviting me. I'll also join in next month.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhanushya. Having you was a pleasure. We definitely loved the style with which you did the TT. Very good. Keep coming back. Next, we would like to hear from guest Kavya Shri.
What am I supposed to say exactly?
What you felt about today's meeting, you can introduce yourself and you can share your experience on how you felt about today's meeting.
Hello everyone, I'm Kavyashri. The meeting was good, but I didn't exactly get the role of the okay, I'll just move on. It was good. It was good. I will just talk to you.
Okay, I completely understand where when I came as a guest.
It's my first time, so I exactly can't pinpoint my role here. So I'm just a little confused. So I'll talk to someone like, you know, a bit personally. So I'll get the exact where I'll play here. Okay, thank you. It was very good, really good.
Thank you, Kavyashri. So yeah, I resonate completely. I believe each one over here who were guests on the first day they came to the club, they'll be able to understand. It even takes the members a little time to understand the rules and start performing. So yes, our VP membership Toastmaster Deepak Thompson will get in touch with you so he can clarify and help you better. Next, can we hear from guest Mohan?
Hello. Hi all. Can you
Hi,
all
Mohan.
hear me? Okay.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, it's been 5 years. Okay. Before 5 years, I was in Surgeon at Arms at Reddington Gulf. Yes. Yeah. And then actually, suddenly it was Toastmaster. So I called. I did search web. I got one number from. I forgot his name, and then he added my number as guest.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I forgot many words how to use in while meeting. How to use how to speak without grammar mistake. Okay, but this Toastmaster maybe will be help me to improve my communication. I will believe. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Which
okay.
club were you in as a Sergeant at Arms, Mohan?
In Tambaram, I think. Tambaram. That was my first company, so I don't know the worth of Toastmaster at that time. Actually, that's why I left. While I was leaving from that office, I left the Toastmaster. Okay, then yeah, now I plan to join. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing your candid feelings with us. Yeah.
Okay.
So next, can we have guest Jagdish?
Hi, so my name is J. Moses Shalamani. So I logged in using my father's laptop, so the username is wrong. So that's one thing. So it's my first time here, so it was really good. I think I made it improve my English, verbal communication, and leadership skills. That's it.
Great. Very, very nice to hear from you. Thank you. Next, can we have guest Praveen Kumar?
Hi, I am Praveen Kumar. Actually, I'm working in Cauliflower Labs. This is my first meeting. Definitely, it will be a good experience for me. This is only, and it will be. I think it will be very helpful to improve my communications in future. But only today I felt good experience about all your speaking everything. Thanks.
Nice to hear from you, Praveen. Next, can we hear from Bala? Okay, I think Bala is taking some time to unmute himself. So we have Nishanta. Okay, Nishanta, would you like to say a few words? I think you've been with us for a couple of times till now, right? Nishanta?
Yes, good evening, everyone. It is a great pleasure to join with you, and I'm a little bit improving my skills through your meeting, and it is I'm going to join with you in future, and it is a great time. I allocated my timetable Sunday evening for this meeting. Thank you very much for your kind welcome to all guests, including me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nishanta. So I think we have heard from all the guests, and it's time now for the recognitions for this meeting. Before announcing the results on the audience poll, let's recognize our members who have completed their levels. So first, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Nanda for finishing his level 1 in his second path, which is the engaging humor. Congratulations, Toastmaster Nanda. You have always been inspiring us with all those meaningful speeches that you deliver on stage. There's always a message and a lot of thought to whatever you do. Congratulations. Next, we are having our Toastmaster Deepak, the Kung Fu Panda guy, who has finished his level 2 in presentation mastery. Congratulations, Toastmaster Deepak. I always like the way you brought on all those characters on stage. It is really enjoyable. Today, there's a special mention. We have a first-time role player, Toastmaster Shruti, who did the role of timer. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shruti. You had done the role really well. It did not look like a first-time role. Kudos, keep it up. So yeah, lastly, our external Toastmaster Dhanisha, thank you for joining us. It was great having you. Now, I think it is time to announce the results for today's meeting. So yes, let's start. So the best tag role player. So this person is an all-time tag role player. Most of the time when she takes it up, I see that she is the one who's there in the audience poll. Yes, it is our sweet grammarian, Toastmaster Ashwini. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ashwini. The best TT speaker for today is the man who listed all the cauliflower menus in the hotel. Cauliflower masala, cauliflower gobi. That's the first time I realized, oh my God, he has ordered all these. It's Toastmaster Abhilash. Congratulations, Toastmaster Abhilash. The best evaluator for today is our Madam Toastmaster who loves baking cakes, our Toastmaster Geeta. Congratulations, ma'am. Lastly, the best role player for today is our TT Master, who just changed the game with those coins, cauliflower, carrot, and many other things that she brought onto stage. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Nina John. Congratulations. This is one way in which we all can learn how to make table topics more creative. That is one thing that I always hear from Nina ma'am. So today we had a chance to really see how she does that. Thank you so much, ma'am. Overall, I think we really had a great meeting. So just a few announcements before we close. One is that we will be having the club contest on 20th Feb, which is the third Sunday. And second, we are looking for a contest chair. So those of you, one, please nominate and participate in the contest. Take up a role either as a speaker or as a TT speaker. So for a speaker, there's an eligibility of completing level 2. So for those experienced speakers, you can go for both the contests, and the people who are new can take up the TT. To support that, we also have an educational session in the coming week for table topics. You've already done an educational session for ISC in the last month. So with that, we'll also be fully educated and ready for the day. So all we require at the moment is one contest chair. So whoever is not contesting, probably you can reach out to our VP Education Toastmaster Lakshmi and help us plan the contest well. Yeah. So, and the last piece is on the speechcraft. I think I already taken you through the update on the speechcraft in the speech today. So yes, CTM has successfully started our speechcraft with CNSI, and the demo meet started yesterday. We already had many of our members like Toastmaster Geeta, Toastmaster Abhilash, Lakshmi, a lot more people who came in yesterday and organized the meeting and made it a good one. So expect all your support to do this speechcraft successfully. Yeah. So if there are any questions for discussion, we can discuss them, else we can move on to the informal agenda.
Abhirami, I want to add one thing, that for the contest chair role, people can utilize that role for team building projects. That's what I did today. So if anybody is having that project team building, they can utilize this role for their projects, because this is exactly a project demands. So just informing those who are having that project, means team building at their level 5, let it be motivational strategy or any other pathways, they can utilize it.
Okay. Okay, then we'll go quickly and list down who are all having motivational strategies.
No, see, multiple projects repeat.
Right.
So you can have many other paths also probably have.
True, true. Yeah. Okay, probably let me adjourn this meeting and we can get into the informal discussion. Thank you everyone for a great meeting. I formally
Please
adjourn.
switch on your cameras. No, we'll have a quick group photo. Everyone, please request you to switch on your cameras. That is great. Give me 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Yeah, thank you so much. So I formally adjourn this meeting to the next Sunday. Thank you.